guys, it's Corrie. Welcome back to our virtual class. Today we're going to do the horizontal mat, which, for your house, you can just set your mat up any way that works for you. If you have a set of weights, you're welcome to use those. We're not going to use them a lot, but if you want them, go ahead and use them. Also, if you have any lower back issues, if you have a ball or a pillow or a bolster or something you need for your lower back, go ahead and use that. We're going to get right into this. I'm so glad you could join me today. I miss you guys so much. Anyway, let's go ahead and take our feet a little bit wider than the distance of our hips apart and rotate our toes in a slight external angle. Okay, the first thing we're just going to do is just look down and notice the space of the mat that we're on. This is going to be your world for the next half hour, right? This will be your space. So much going on right now. Just maybe place your hands on your abdomen, or one hand on your abdomen and one hand on your heart, and let's just get grounded and centered. Taking a deep breath in. And let that go. I feel my abdomen expanding when I breathe in. Contracting it out. Alright. Really nice. Let's go ahead and take our arms out into the shape of a five-pointed star, and we're just going to twist out our back. So we're going to go from side to side. Okay, just warming up. So every class you take with me is going to be a little bit different. There may be some things that we repeat, but often it'll just be a different workout. And then we're going to open and close the arms. So lift up and then close. So you're going to inhale as you open, perhaps. Exhale as you close. And breathe. And hold your arms out. Circle your right arm around. And your legs. Keep a soft bend in the elbow, perhaps. Circle both arms the opposite direction. Again. As you come down, bring your hands to the tops of your thighs and roll down with me. I'm going to bend my knees down and up. And breathe. And two. And one. You lean with me to the right and the left. I want to encourage you all just to work at your own pace. We don't want to do anything fast or jumpy. And I'm sure that you cannot hear this lovely music I'm playing in the background. So if you haven't already done that, maybe hit the pause button. Get you some really nice relaxing music, something that you really enjoy. Go ahead and stay over here to this right side. Rotate your right toes a little bit more to the right if you like. Drop down to your right forearm and find your extended side angle with me. Okay, come on up. Readjust that right foot, and then let's go to the left side. So good. Come on back to your middle. We're going to drop our fingertips to the mat. Okay, lean with me to the right and to the left. So how deep you guys choose to draw, that's literally between you and your hips. In fact, if you wish to, you can drop into a runner's stretch and switch sides. Stay at your level. Grab your water whenever you need it. Don't wait for me. Grab water. I'm going to stay over here on this left side. And just go ahead, please, if you would, and drop down to that left knee, and then eventually down to your left hip. Okay? So we're going to go through a little leg series, a little bit of endurance. If you want to, go ahead and drop down. and then curl that right heel up. Notice the shoulder and the ear. They're kind of far away from each other because we want to keep that nice space, that distance, just so everything's happy. Breathe in. Okay. So when you're done here, go ahead and drop down. I'm going to give you a couple of choices. You can prop up. You can lie all the way down. This is usually my preference because I think I can keep my hips a little bit more level. I'm just going to bring that right knee to the right shoulder and drop your right shoulder long down your back. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys today. Take your left leg and extend it just off the front edge of the mat. So if I were standing over you, your body would look more like a check mark instead of a straight line. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay, and then we're gonna take your right leg up. Turn your heels so you form the shape of the letter V, and we're gonna bring the heels together. I'm gonna stack my hips, the right hip on top of the left in a straight line. You're gonna breathe in to rise, and breathe out to lower. Now as I come down, I'm gonna do my very best to squeeze. Squeeze my thighs, squeeze my hips, squeeze my heels together. And I'm breathing in when I lift up and breathing out when I come down. Just coordinate your breath with your movement and just work at your own pace. It's really common for the body to want to rock back and forth during this process, so we're going to do our best to keep our hips lined up. Let's do that again. You squeezing? You feel that? Oh, I feel it. Feels great. Okay, one more time. This next one is tricky as well, so I'm going to level off my feet, and we're going to do some circles. I'm only going to make my circle as big as I can while maintaining control over my posture. So my right hand, this right hand's going to come here. I've seen people put their hand on their head, and that's fine as long as you can control the movement with the leg. So you're going to bring the leg forward, up, and around. So the heels are going to come together like the V. Breathing in, breathing out. I'm so grateful for our audio and video resources that we have. Because during times like this, sometimes we can just forget about our health. And there's so much worry and anxiety that, we need to step out and say, hey, you know what? This is temporary. And I want to look for something good that can come out of this, right? And I want you to stay as healthy and as strong as you can, even if I can't be with you. We're going to do about 4 more in this direction. Just breathing with your movement, moving with your breath. Now, once you've done this last one, we're going to go in the other direction. So my heels are still together. You can see that V shape. And you're going to slide backwards. And again, I'm going to do my very best to make sure my hips are stacked and in perfect alignment. Breathing in as I lift, and breathing out as I lower. It's easy to check out, isn't it? Right? Just to kind of go through the motions. But I want to, again, just invite you to be fully present, thinking about only what you're doing in this moment. Just breathing and moving your leg. Some pretty good sized circles. Using lots of control and just kick the ball there. Got 3 more. You ready for them? And again, please don't feel like you have to go at my pace. And you can always rest if you need to. The last one in this series, we're going to keep a little gap between our feet, and I'm going to put my elbow right here and aim for that with my knee. So there's a lot of space between my heel and my backside, and I'm going to press out. All right, keep your heel away from your backside. Here we go. We got 4 more. You ready for them? 3, 2, and 1. Good, right knee down. Ooh, let's have a little stretch for that hip. You ready to roll that right shoulder down to the floor? We're just going to kind of look up at the sky, or you guys can keep looking at me. You can put this other hand here if you like that feeling. Take some deep breaths, belly breaths. We're going to interject some Pilates, some core work in between the leg work while we're down here on the ground. So if you would with me, roll onto your back. Okay? Now, if you are someone that always feels this work in your neck, you're welcome to do just a traditional bicycle. Keep your head supported with your hands, or just leave your head on the floor. I'm going to do some Pilates single leg stretches with you. So the right knee is going to come in, and we're going to stretch our left leg long down the mat. And then I'm going to peel up off the mat until I can either see my belly button or my kneecap. And then as I exhale, I'm going to exchange. So the Pilates breath is different from the yoga. I'm trying to feel my rib cage flattening. I'm going to use that S. Last one here, put your head down, rest. We're going to do 2 more sets just like that. You know how it goes. You decide if you want your head up or if you want your head down. Peel up with me. Here we go. Notice my head isn't moving. And then bring your head down. So the core is your stabilizer, right? And so just our arms and legs are moving. It's a very controlled exercise. You ready for 1 more set? Let's do it. Here we go. Last 4, 3, 2, and head down. All right. So the core has been stabilized. We're going to stretch our legs up to the sky, bring our fingertips behind our noggin, and go ahead and do a set of reverse crunches here. Let's go slow and use a lot of control. Shoulders are coming up. Elbows are staying wide. I don't want them to come in towards my knees so much. Let's go again. Eight. An alternative to that would be 1 leg down at a time. Okay. If you don't feel comfortable going all the way up, you can always leave your head on the floor if you're doing that other option. All right. Bring your feet down. Now, go ahead and come up into your crunch position. Hold. This one's a little tricky. It's an isometric contraction. So we're going to hold the right knee in, stretch our left leg out, look at your knee, and hold your arms here. Let's breathe for 12. Head down, hug those knees in. That's harder than you think it's going to be, isn't it? All right, so a little bit more in the isometric contraction department. Right leg stretches out. Let's peel up. Hold your left leg. You ready? You're going to release your hands. Look at your belly button. And then head down, hug those knees. Let's just go ahead and draw some circles on the ceiling with our knees. Maybe rock a little bit. Now, after we do the other leg, when we flip it around, we're going to go back and do some more of those. So if you don't feel like you quite got enough abdominal work yet, no worries. All right, so come on up with me. You can roll up. So head, neck, shoulders, and hips are in a line. And we're going to curve those. We do this very often. The shape of the letter C. And then we'll stack. Breathe it in. And curve. And stack. Okay, you're going to rotate towards me. Give your knees a hug. You can use your whole arm or part of your arm. Just a really good stretch for IT band and oblique. Oh, can we switch? Oh, so good. All right, so you guys, what we're going to do now is the other side of the mountain. You ready for it? We're going to flip it around and just lie on the other side and do everything that we did on side B that we did on side A. All right, you ready to join me? Here we go. So let's first just start with that quad stretch, and you can push your hips slightly forward if you want to. I'm just going to move my toys out of the way for a second. You guys keep holding that quad stretch while I do this. Let's get these out of the way. All right, and then we're going to drop all the way down, or you can prop up if you like, and then hug that knee. You can also come from behind or use your arm like a hook. It's a different ways to do the same stretches. Okay, and then I'm going to stretch my bottom leg out and my top leg's coming out, and I'm going to reach back here. I know you guys can't see this, but I'm going to pull my stuff, out of the way so my hips can stack. And whatever you do with your left hand, remember that's completely up to you. If you like this feeling of being propped up, or if you like being down here, either one's okay. Just make sure your neck feels comfortable. So our heel's going to come down into the shape of the letter V. All right, you ready to join me? You're going to breathe in and lift. And breathe out, come down in that V shape. So you got 4 exercises in this segment. And you're just working at your own pace. We're not doing anything bouncy or jumpy. It's all very controlled. And it's a sneaky little exercise because you don't realize how hard you're actually working, especially if you're tensing up these muscles, tensing up your hip, tensing up your thighs, tensing up your glutes. Just breathe. So good. I can almost sense that some of you guys have a dog just trying to crawl around on your mat. Doesn't that happen? Dogs can naturally do yoga. I've never seen a dog naturally do Pilates. Maybe though. All right, from here we're going to do the circles. So again, just do your best to keep your hip in the same place while you're doing these circles. And exhale on the part that's the hardest for you. Maybe that's coming down, maybe that's going up. I'm trying to rely solely on the muscle, and I'm doing my very best not to rely on momentum. Momentum makes it so much easier, doesn't it? And again. How's it feeling? We got about 3 more. How are your shoulders feeling? Why don't we do one more just for fun, right? Here we go. Okay, you still coming down in that heel, the heel to heel, like a V. Circle. Yeah. How's your control? You feel like you're able to control the movement? You can always make your circles smaller if you don't feel like you're doing a good job of controlling the exercise. Oh, so good. Wow, 3 more. Or maybe we'll do 4, just for fun. Get that extra one in there. Maybe this is your weaker leg, right? You need to do a few extra. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's your stronger leg. All right. So from here, we're going to bring the elbow in. You know what to do. The heel stays away from the backside. And I want you to kind of create some tension. If I didn't mention this on the other side, imagine that your foot is actually pushing against a heavy object. Like you're pushing an object away from you. So you really get in there and feel it in those muscles. And we're pushing. Can you do 4 more with me? 2 more. Oh my goodness, okay. So bring your left leg across your body. You can keep looking at me or you can look up. And then just do whatever pleases you with your left arm. If that's bringing it behind you or across you. Make sure your neck is happy. Oh, so good. So good. All right, now once we get on our back, we're going to go ahead and do some hip stretches before we do our core. Hopefully that's okay. Roll into your back. Take your right ankle and cross it over your left knee. So we're going to go ahead and hold that. Bring it in. Just drop your shoulder. Relax your neck. Turn your head if you want to. Just take some deep breath. Now this is called a reclining pigeon. You can't do it with your leg up. Go a little bit deeper if you let your hands cross over that hamstring or shin, your other. Now from this position, bring your left foot to the floor and bring your fingertips behind your head. And we're going to come up and do a crossover crunch. And now do one reverse crunch. And then a crossover crunch. And a reverse crunch. And a crossover crunch. And a reverse crunch. So you're squeezing internally. And you're crunching. And you're squeezing internally. And you're crunching. Let's do one more on this side. And then relax, uncross those legs, bring your hands by your side, and rock your pelvis backwards and forwards a few times if you like. All right, Now I'll go ahead and do that figure 4. So it's left ankle over the right knee, and then we're going to cradle the right shin for reclined pigeon, or you can hold on to that right hamstring or shin if you like that better. Wow, I'm really getting my words all mixed up. I must be getting relaxed now. So just in case that was too confusing, once you cross your ankle, you can put your hands across your right hamstring or bend your right leg and across your right shin. Hopefully that was more clear. And then we're going to bring it back down to the floor, fingertips behind the head, and we'll go through that series. So crossover crunch into reverse crunch. Crossover crunch into reverse crunch. Squeezing internally. Crunching. Squeezing internally. And crunching. So you guys just work your own pace. Right? I don't think we're going to get to our weights during this segment because our 30 minutes is almost up here. Just do that again. We're almost there. All right, you ready? Uncross those legs. Stretch your arms way back. Big reach. Go ahead and crunch up. Bring your knee over your hip. And let's hold here. So make sure your knee is directly over the hip using your Pilates breath. That's 4, 3, 2, hands behind the hamstrings and come on up. Let's do that cervical nod. We'll do 3. And then breathe in for 2. And we'll do 1. Sit down tall. You guys twist towards me. Use your whole arm or part of your arm. I'm so grateful to have this time with you today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any requests, I'm sure that those can be made. If you want, more yoga, more Pilates, more endurance, whatever it is that you want, I'm sure you can. Shout out to Amber, who's the bomb diggity. I love her. And we're just gonna get everything stretched out here for a moment. Rolling up. Okay, we already stretched our hip, so let's go ahead and come up. I'm actually going to turn and face you guys here, hanging out with me. Now, come up, and I want you to bend your right knee and let your weight go in your left hip, and just kind of draw some circles on the ground, your left arm. All right, and then switch it out. So you can bend your left knee, let your right arm hang down, do some circles. Come on up slow with me. All right. Now, you can do this with your feet side by side. I'm going to cross my right leg behind the left. You don't have to do the crisscrossing if you don't like that. And then push your body weight over here. For the right, for a little different feeling, push it to the left and see which one you like better. All right, and then try crossing your left leg behind. See how that feels? So do left arm first. Just get our hips. All right, let's go back to the very beginning and shake at our back. It's been my pleasure to exercise with you today. I hope you guys have a great day. Please take care of yourselves. God bless you. And I hope to see you next time.